Georgia welcome Denmark to this Group A action. Game day 4 of these World Cup qualifiers. These teams faced each other on game day 3, and a comfortable win for Georgia. We'll talk a little bit about that as we get into the preparation for the game. There you can see the 89-71 win. Spain with a comfortable road win over Ukraine. They top the group. Ukraine still fills second place, and Georgia really do need the win to push themselves away from Denmark. Denmark's problem, as you can see, no wins, and a win here is an absolute must to keep alive any realistic opportunity to qualify. Denmark being introduced to the crowd, the 59th ranked team in the FIBA rankings. Really got undone in game day 3 by a 65-35 margin in the second and third quarters. Georgia just stepped it up a notch, and their offense could not cope and keep the scoreboard ticking over. Young team though, without a number of established stars. Average age of this team 23 years old, so the future is bright as Coach Foss gives lots of opportunity to some of the younger up-and-coming stars of Danish basketball. Georgia Marquise Reed really made an impact in his first game. The 30-year-old currently in Turkey had a huge game, 15 points, 5 assists, 3 steals in his first game, first official game for this Georgian national team. Obviously, Tonike Shengelia was his normal self. The 34-year-old veteran just led this team in so many ways. 24 points, 7 rebounds and 5 assists. There he is, a legend in his own playing career. And Coach Sizic still at the helm of the Georgian national team. We'll talk about it more after the national anthems of both countries, starting with Denmark, followed by Georgia. Well, it's always the moment that makes you realize what this is all about. The opportunity to qualify for a World Cup for your country. Players, coaches will exchange mementos at the halfway line as we get a look at the third team on the floor. Under the crew chief is Georgios Porsandis from Greece, Sisu Gongar from Turkey, and Elvis Binders Kodas from Latvia. The technical commissioner, Dejan Delanovic, overseeing the game. Here's the starting lineup for Denmark. There's going to be one change because they've had to make a change to the roster, but only two of those guys started three of those guys started. Epshap, Jensen and Knudsen started in the game day 3 game. They finished the game well, won the fourth quarter. I know that's often a meaningless thing, but they will. This is part of a process and a development program for Denmark, and coach Alan Foss, still at the helm, understands that if qualification is not an option, then he's got to make sure he builds this program. A number of these players have been all over Europe as part of their development, but firmly entrenched in the national team program right now. Georgia will start with the same lineup that started on game day 3, obviously highlighted by Tony Shengelia. Duda Sanetsi, been around for so long with this national team, and the new guy, Marquise Reed, who really has created a great impression in his first appearance for the Georgian national team on game day 3. Well, they won the game 89-71, but they led by as many as 30 and just rotated everybody. All 12 guys played, including one of the prodigies of this team, Mehdi Katsiavili, the 17-year-old point guard, the number 30, who's currently with Baskonia in Spain. He got some floor time, which is only going to be good for him as part of his overall development. So in all reality, Georgia will come into this game with a lot of confidence. And obviously a win for Denmark keeps them alive in terms of qualification. But there's two objectives here. One, yep, try to win the game, but two, got to keep the process moving forward for Denmark without their EuroLeague players, with a lot of missing talent that in recent years has seen them rise up these FIBA World Rankings and also be very competitive. So it's a different type of job for Coach Foss. Georgios Porsandis, as we get the countdown to tip off the Tissot. 1 minute before we get underway here inside the Tbilisi Arena, the new Sports Palace. 10,000 seats is it's an absolutely beautiful facility. It's not full, but there's a really good crowd already in the gym and a number of traveling Danish fans. So for Georgia, the script is be professional, get the win, and then start preparing for the last first-round window and pick up 2 wins in that last window that will hold you in good stead for the potential qualification for the World Cup itself. Don't forget, the results in this first round will carry forward with the teams that progress, and at the moment, Georgia lost their first 2 games, so that's not going to help them in terms of World Cup qualification. But they will have those reverse fixtures in the last window. And what they can't have is a slip up here against a Denmark team that should play this game absolutely fearlessly. There's always the pressure of performing for your national team. There's no such thing to say there is no pressure. There's always pressure. But the expectation is that an experienced Georgian team will repeat the game day 3 win. Dane Alex Slap, number 32, currently in the Netherlands with Groningen, will jump it up. Now, welcome to Tbilisi. Georgia in the home white and Denmark in the red. Denmark have a look at it in the half court. Great pass, easy 2, super execution. Defense went asleep on the back cut as Tobias Jensen, who top scored for Denmark, opens the scoring straight back and a sloppy turnover. But the quick 2 doesn't drop. Strap doesn't get the 3 to go. Good work on the glass. The mess cleaned up. Reed would advance the basketball. Singalia hits the second side, gets it back, has a look underneath. Open, Shenadze for 3. Duda Shenadze opens his account from the 3-point line. And Denmark are going to have to get more active defensively if they're going to challenge. This Georgian team has a lot of offensive firepower. Nice little out the back of the hand. And a little bit of intimidation. Missed and blew the easy 2. Shengalia on the trowel, puts it on the floor, gets down the middle, inside, outside. Shengalia wants it in the block, which means he normally gets it down low. Defense comes to double team, gets to the middle and kicks. Reed's going to have to put this up. Quick release is way off. Never got himself set. It's always a time for adjustment with a new naturalized player on the roster. And Reed will be no different. But he made a really nice impression on game day 3. Okikadze, there you go, wraps that arm. Picks up the personal, Georgie. Okikadze, there's a nice range on this Georgian team. Nice mix of experience and some young up-and-coming talent. Ball gets knocked away, Shengalia saves, chance to go the other way. Okikadze gives it up. Shengalia on the trowel, no one stops the ball. He spins to the lane, takes a bit of contact, he's blocked. 4-on-3 break, 5-on-4 break, just got to hit the open man. Ball's broken up. And they couldn't complete and overthrew the pass. Well, you can see Juric with the block. Singalia tried to protect it, but the Dane gets a piece of it. Flare off the back screen. Jensen goes up, poor one, gets his own rebound, puts it back up for 2 with a soft touch, gets the putback and the 2. Jensen, as I say, was really one of the most effective players for Denmark, game day 3. It's a tough matchup. Dadze couldn't get it to drop. Out the back of the hand and the back park, little give and go out the back of the hand, and they've blown another 2-footer. And Alex Slap will be frustrated with himself. Turned over but recovered. Shengalia puts it on the floor. Shenadze is no good with a 3. Offensive rebound though. And Reed gives it up. Shengalia thinks about it, puts up the 3, is off. Defensive rebound pulled in. Chance to run the other way for Denmark. Nice pass. I'm not sure what happened to Dane Alex Slap there. Let's take a look. He must have mishandled the basketball. Yep. That'll frustrate him so much after the miss from 2 feet and then the fumble of the ball. Okikadze in the half court. Needs a pass. Sengeli is always the man to offer the option. Ball goes out of bounds. It's a little static for Georgia when Sengelia has it. Everyone's a little bit standing still watching play. Cut on the baseline. Amounted to nothing except the turnover. Anderson. Comes off of Anderson's foot as he stumbled. Coach Foss needs a little of an explanation. Well, Coach Foss believes he was fouled before he literally stood on the ball. Okikadze. Reed chooses to go baseline and lead the keyway. Reaching foul on ball. Heed Amazon picks up the personal. Looks like he'll sit. Georgia will control it on the sideline. Reed out top. Sengeli puts it on the floor, goes left, off the glass for two. Too strong, too big, too everything. Just a hero in these parts. Alex Stapp goes deep, doesn't look to receive it on the cut. Three is no good. Sengeli is on the glass. Somehow Denmark conspire to have them lose the ball on the glass. Reed assesses his options, gets to the keyway in the lane. They'll hang time for two, and at the moment they're getting to the ring at will. Alex Stapp. Baseline opens up. Extra pass, wide open for three is good. Jensen with his feet set, shoots a good percentage. Shot 37% from three on game day 3. And with time and space, just knocks it down. Whistle on the play, that'll be a blocking foul. Well, you can see the point that they're trying to make. Reed turns the corner and passes wide open. Shinadze, his spot. Doesn't get it to drop though. Great work on the glass. The putback is good. That's how to go to the glass. Mokvialadze. No one put a body on him. Jensen draws the foul. Jensen is with Ulm in Bundesliga in Germany. Has 11 points a game for them at 40% and 36% from 2 and 3 respectively. Apologies, the camera thought there was something at the other end of the floor. Now catches up. Here's Reed, puts it on the floor. Draws the contact, puts it up. Will go to the free throw line. Mark Bowie picks up the personal. As we mentioned, one of those guys in Spain. He's at Manresa, just trying to build that professional career, the 2'4" forward. And Mark Bowie still in Denmark with Borrellos, but at 19 years old, he is at the beginning of a career. One of those players that Coach Foss showing a lot of faith in. Jensen looks to turn the corner. Georgia switched the defense. The three in the corner is no good. Offensive rebound, hauled in. Pedersen doing a nice job on the glass. Jensen, as it kicked away, that'll be a 14-second reset. Well, Denmark controlling tempo pretty well here. 14-7, low-scoring game. Oh, nice read. Easy two, make that full 12-9. And the worry, if you're Georgia or Georgian fans, is it's not easy to start a little flat and then pick it up if you get into a bit of a dogfight of a game. Reed goes to work, leans back, knocks down the two. Sweet-looking release. Already a fan favorite. And Denmark turn it over. Mark Bowie just lost the handle. And Jensen and Mark Bowie will sit. Tintaladze, one of the veterans on this team, also checks in. Reed attacks it off the glass. He is a handful. They've yet to find anybody who can stay in front of him. They hit the second side. Heath Arneson. They settle for the three, count it. Molgaard wasn't guarded, so why not? Gets his feet set, strokes the three, the back and bears forward. Reed again, on the dribble, he's a handful. Well, if you're one pass away, I say it a lot, you cannot step off and allow it to become just a pass and a shoot with no contest. Tintaladze. He went 4 from 4 from the three-point line on game day 3. Someone should have read the scouting report. Quick release on the end of the clock is no good. Defensive. Are they going to call a violation? No, they're going to call a blocking foul. Not quite sure on who. Well, Reed did take his space away where he was due to land. I'm not sure if that's what the official called. Let's check. Yep. Marquise Lead is charged with the personal. Just took away the space to land, and there you get a replay. Molgaard makes the first. Molgaard can struggle from the free throw line, although it looks a pretty decent release to me. Only has shot 55% of throws across his career in Denmark. And goes 3 for 3. Just over a minute in quarter one. Şengelier checks back in, as does Erik Slapp. Şengelier will inbound. Molgaard will be charged with the personal. Marquez lead will advance the basketball. Breaks it down again on the dribble and penetrates. Şengelier on the extra pass, puts it on the floor. Goes up with the right hand, kisses the window for 2. He literally bullies his way. Well, the spin comes to nothing, and Şengelier cleans up the mess, comes down with a defensive rebound. He'll bring it. Reed. Şengelier doesn't want to shoot the 3. Handles, gets into the lane and kicks. Wants it back in the block. In the lane for 2 is blocked. Chance to run. Just about recovered it. Denmark still have numbers down the floor. Open 3 is no good for Molgaard. Offensive rebound, super job on the glass. Heed Anderson. All the way to the ring for 2 is good. Klusman. Takes the contact, gets the finish. I'm not sure what the debate is around. Şengelier with the right hand. Trademark. Barrels his way, takes the contact. The basket is good, so Denmark told to calm down a little. I think they're checking how much time there is actually left on the quarter, and they've settled on 1.8. Şengelier at the half, puts up the halfway line shot, long way short, and that'll do it for the first quarter. Lots of positives for both teams. Georgia have the lead, 21-17. Denmark, this young team hanging in there, trail by 4. Numbers on that first quarter, neither team sending it alight from the 3-point line. Denmark shooting 33%. So reasonable for them. Let's take a look at the best plays in quarter one. And you have to say that there was enough opportunities for Denmark to actually lead this. Erik Slapp had a wide open layup that he fumbled. Then he mishandled it and missed from 2 feet. If they'd have made just the shots they were supposed to make, this would be at least a tied-up game for the Danes. Reed again, just blew past people and has got great touch. And if this works for Georgia, has Reed as the naturalized player, he looks like he's a real asset. There's the courtside 1891 app. Get your live streams, extended highlights, and all your live scores. You can download the app or sign on to the website. If you're downloading the app from your normal source, and if you've been watching these World Cup qualifiers from across the globe, we've had some super basketball, some great close games. Next competition window, beginning of the summer in Europe. And there's still so many teams in with realistic opportunities to qualify. But that's for them. Right now, Georgia trying to take care of business, have the first look at it in the second quarter. Shengeli was fouled on the catch. Juric picks up the personal. Shengeli, Shenedze tries to create a little space and separation. Shengeli puts it on the floor, goes right. Shenedze spots, attacks it, mishandles it, has to take the tough one. And there's a whistle on the loose ball. I think the foul's going to be on Ilic or even on Klusman. 0.9 on the possession. The officials just talking about it. I do love the fact that the officials will just check that they're all on the same page. We talk about communication before the game about their teamwork. Well, there's an example of it. So I think it's a late whistle as opposed to, yeah, looks like it's a late whistle. And Shadze is going to be on the free-throw line. 2 quick fouls for Denmark in the opening 30 seconds of this second quarter. Now 1 for 2 from the line. Klusman will advance the ball. Needs a pass, finds a pass. Alex Slack wants to be aggressive, feels the double team. Now he needs a pass. Reaching foul. Shenadze hunted the basketball. Denmark will handle on the baseline. Down 5 with the basketball. They go long out of bounds. Alex Slapp yet to find any rhythm offensively. Kutsen is blocked, keeps it alive. You're gonna have to put it up. Alex Slapp for the 3 is no good. Shengeli gives it up. Chance for Georgia in transition. Wide open in the corner for 3 is good. And he retains his 100% from the 3-point line. Merkel Viladze. Foul on the penetration. Andro Nikashvili picks up the personal. And the unsportsmanlike foul punished, as it should be. Denmark make the second of those throws. Heed Anderson. Henson off the stagger. Hesitates, puts it on the floor, looks to get a little separation. Shengeli has to switch. Nice find. Alex Stapp just about recovers it. Puts it on the floor, pulls up, and they're going to call it offensive. Bergaval. Giladzzi steps in, takes the contact. Not sure how much forward momentum there was. Clearly a foul. And Giladzzi just made sure it was obvious to everybody. Georgia with the basketball, up 7. And Denmark will rotate as Pedersen checks back in. Into the half court. Shenadze moves it on. Sengalia releases at the high post, creates a little space. Shenadze with a handoff for the 3 is long. Defensive rebound collected by Kutsen. Kutsen gets it back, lines up the 3 on the trowel, doesn't get it to drop. Shengalia rebounds and then picks up the personal as Pedersen reached. That'll be the 4th team foul. For Denmark, Pedersen picks up his 2nd. Reed checks back in as Andron Nikashvili checks out. Shenadze sort of ghosts the screen as much as anything else, doesn't need any help at all. Reed in the lane, soft touch. Went the long way around, but still found space. And knocks down the 2. Dangerous time here for Denmark, 9-point game. Arik Strap needs a pass, manufactures it. And then they're standing still, and they turn it over. So timeout. And Coach Voss wants to talk about it. Let's take a listen.
Keep it super simple. If it's a man-to-man, guys, it's like we are not ready. Yeah, okay, make it foul.
Hey guys, hey, let's go. 2 touch student.
Yeah.
For him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't mind it.
Okay. Hey.
Okay, you good? Okay, hey, defensively here. What do we need to do down there on that guy now? We get way too easy with him. We need to play the wall again. Hey, listen, the wall is not there. We need to help them out. The wall is not there. Okay? The wall is not there. Let's get it in there. Make it in there again.
Sengalia putter ud, så bare giv bolden til gavn, drenge. I kan have den fod. Jeg afleverer sig. Få bolden igen, så kan vi gøre det. 1, 2, 3.
Well, you heard the timeout. Concerned about the ease of penetration. Reed really is literally having his way. But the trouble is, if they go and help and collapse, then they're going to leave up some wide open shooters. And this Georgian team with their feet set can really fill it up from deep. Shenadze goes with the runner, doesn't get it to drop, forces a tough one. Now we've got a mid-court foul. Shadze picks up the personal, takes one for the team. Pete Anderson gets it back, moves it on. Jensen. steps back, fires up the three, is off the ring. But Coach Foss is not going to be happy if they just settle for the three. And that's what they look like on that one. Here's Reed, looking to take away the penetration, drops the pass into Shengelia. I don't think Reed was supposed to catch that one. That was going to the corner. Reed steps back for the three. Rims in and out. Great box out. Pete Anderson just used his body. Trowell, the extra player down the floor. Ball gets knocked out of bounds. Mugveladze said it was me. I knocked it out. Denmark. Henson for three. He's got a great stroke. If he gets time and space, Tobias Jensen demonstrating why he's a factor in the Bundesliga. And Denmark hanging around here. Reed again tries to work, takes the tough one in the lane. That's three tough shots for Georgia in succession, almost just one-on-one clear-outs. Nice pass. Great work on the glass for the extra. They've got to finish the play. Alekstrap goes up, has it knocked away, and they do not finish the play again. Shenadze doesn't get the two to drop. Whistle on the play. And I think they're going to call it interference. Let's take a look. Duda Shenadze goes up. I'm not sure where they hit the ring. Everyone seems fairly comfortable though. Mugveladze continues to impress off that bench. He's got to add a little bit more to his game, but when he shoots the ball so well. Penetration down the lane for two is good. Mulgard just head down, just ripped and went. He gets the two. Reed just about retains possession. Attacks it again. Too quick. Gets to the ring, and Coach Foss is not going to be happy. He talked about helping the guy with the ball, building a wall. Absent on that occasion. Pedersen is fouled. Will go to the free throw line. We're halfway through the second quarter. Sylvester Pedersen feels a little contact, can't make the two. And the back and bears forward will go to the free throw line. Well, Pedersen's a 65% free throw shooter across his career. Part of that back and bears organization, really flag bearing for Danish basketball in club level. Regularly in FIBA club competitions, or were. From Basketball Champions League down, representing Denmark really in a good way. Shengelia in the block, skips it. Shenadze attacks the closeout, gets in the lane, needs a pass. Shengelia holds it, goes through contact, hits the floor hard. Will pick himself up and go to the free throw line. "15 years ago, he made his debut with the senior national team as a very young man. We're going to have a look at it just to clarify if it needs to be an unsportsmanlike foul. His EuroLeague stats for the career in the EuroLeague is quite phenomenal. 25 minutes a game, 12 points a game at 54% and 34% from 2 and 3. Shooting 73% from the free throw line. So the coach's challenge is about the foul on Shangalia. Powers up. And there's the foul with the left arm that's down low, stopping the arm, stopping the shoulder, stopping the body going up. Christensen is the suspect for the unsportsmanlike foul. It's the fact that it's his left arm that's already down, just grabs the arm to keep Shangalia from going up. If it had hit him with the other arm with an attempt to block it, and even if it had been a relatively hard foul, I don't think we'd be looking at this again. It's not a great look that it's the other arm. This angle doesn't really show you the extent of the other arm pulling the arm down. Let's take a look. Right there. Because that's not really, from where I'm sitting, an attempt to play the ball. It's just an attempt to stop Shangalia going back up, because he's gone past the arm challenging the shot. I'm sure what Christensen will say is he had the opportunity to try and knock the ball out of the hands of Shangalia. Well, Mr. Porzingis is a vastly experienced FIBA official as the crew chief. So they've now made the decision. And they're just going to say of a normal foul. And so the coach's challenge unsuccessful. Tony Shangalia has an opportunity to make this a double-digit lead with 4:43 to go in the second quarter. Second one is good. Denmark need a little run here. They need to get into the half time. Not down double digits. They would ideally want to win these last 4 minutes. Eats into this lead a little. Marquess Reed gets the switch. Moves it on this time though. Shangalia handles, now faces up, wants to back in, feels the double team, and skips it to the corner. Reed puts it up, count it. Wow, this crowd are beginning to really relate to him. Reed has full team personal. Nice pass to the inside. And Shangalia just rejects it. Got to bring some more if you're going to score in his gym. Christensen went up. Shangalia said no. Will give and go out of bounds. They go long. Christensen will hand it off. Henson doesn't get the three to go. Great work on the glass by Pedersen. Little ball fake, far side of the ring. Can't finish the play, but will go to the free throw line. Sylvester Pedersen puts a shift in. Little undersized, outworks the opponent, and will find himself on the free throw line. But misses the front end of the two. There comes up empty. Reed again, kicks it, corner. Sanadze gets his feet set, comes up short. Sengalia, what a job on the glass to keep it alive. Just rebounded outside his own space. Reed slices, gets inside, stops, elevates, doesn't get the two to drop. Denmark go long, picked off. Okikadze. Reed is blocked. They keep it alive. Denmark have a chance to run. They look long again. This time is knocked away, and they do not complete another transition opportunity. They only had 2 fast break points. And they've literally left at least 10 out there. They go long out of bounds. Christiansen moves it on. Klusman spins, gets in the lane, drops the pass inside. Christiansen nowhere to go. Mid-range, got to knock it down, and does. Explored it really well. David Christiansen with the 2. Lot to like about the way Denmark are really sticking to task here. Sanadze stops, fires up the 3, just fills it up. When he's in rhythm, Georgia has the same, as much quality as a lot of teams in Europe from the 3-point line when they're given space and time. They really do shoot the 3-ball well. Sanadze's made a career out of it. And that career has taken him, well, where hasn't it taken him? He played some time in Mexico, including all the other European countries that he played in. Went to college in San Diego. So Sanadze has taken that 3-point shot and pretty much earned a living all over the world. Klusman makes the first. Going in single digits. Denmark got to be an objective here. Get it to a manageable number. Second is good. Stops and scores. There's the scores. Now they've got to get a stop. Sengalia outside the 3 again. Always an option. Needs a pass. Feels it. Wide open from the 3-point line. You've got to rebound. Sengalia, it's just too big, too strong, too everything. They're going to ask for the 2, which I don't think they're going to get. Pedersen again outworks his opponent. Already the foul's gone. Clearly the ball was not on the way down. And Sengalia is just saying, I went to the glass, I get the rebound, we've scored, and they still get a breakaway layup. That's the challenge he's going to set this team. Pedersen makes the first. Pedersen gets his 3rd point. 3 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Has picked up the 2 fouls. One of those glue players that every team needs. Sanadze on the sideline. Sengalia gets another touch. Every time down the floor, he's going to see the basketball. Down the lane, in traffic, gets it blocked. Great work on the glass. Going to have a held ball. Sanadze was first to act, but swarmed, and it's that man Pedersen again. Just contributes in so many ways. Reed will sit. Continues to impress. Klusman and Pedersen in the backcourt. Got a whistle away from the ball. And Klusman will go to the free throw line. There's the action on the ball. That's not the call. The call was on the screen away from the ball. Klusman makes the first. Chance to make it a 10-point game. Two from two from the line. And it's back to single digits. So Denmark in credit in these last 4 minutes of this first half. Shengelia out top. Ochikadze. Sanadze looks inside. Shengelia gets it. Has to step back for the three. Is off. Great work. Got to box out. There's no point just jumping. Ochikadze has a look. There's a whistle on the play, and Shengelia will go to the free throw line. Klusman picks up the personal. That'll be his second foul. And Shengelia, I just think, is too smart as well as too big, too strong to everything else. He just hooked the arms of Klusman as he tried to wrap around on the switch. And as he moved, it looked like he was being held. I think it's an education. Education to play with him, education to play against him, and definitely an education to watch him play. Obviously a great of Georgian basketball. You could argue has had a great career. Not argue, obviously had a great career already across Europe. Currently with Barcelona. And 2 for 2 from the line. So just under 42 seconds. Denmark have a chance if they go quick to get 2 for 1. Jensen gives it up. Gets it back. Still plenty of time to get his 2 for 1. Goes inside, super weight on the pass. Got to put the shot up. Klusman for the three is no good. And a foul that's 30 meters from the basket. They're going to walk the floor, and Georgia will shoot the throws. Alex Flapp, you could argue, should have taken the shot on the roll. Mukviladze on the free throw line. Gotta love the way he strokes the basketball. Simple, straight line. A lot of rotation, soft touch, which means he's bound to miss the next one. There you go. Should have said nothing. I'll apologize to it. 43 to 31. Chance for Denmark to get into the locker room in single digits with the made three. Get it back to a 10-point game if they just take the 2. Jensen puts it on the floor. Down the lane. Great pass. Go up. Great hands to knock it away. Knudsen so worried about people blocking his shot. Didn't go up. If it had gone up through traffic, could have been at least the throws, possibly the M1. So, timeout with precious little time on the clock. 2.8 seconds for Denmark to try and finish the half with a score. Well, it's a trend which I really do applaud and really do like. You know, assistant coach, special jobs, gets the out of bounds, special parts of the team's prep. So the assistant coach takes the timeout for the end line possession, 2.8 seconds. Denmark will take any momentum they can get going into the half. Well, they go long side. Chance to take the tough one. Is blocked out of bounds, and that'll do it for the first quarter. And that's a professional first half by Georgia with a capital P. Shengelia really did lead. You gotta love the way Reed is having an impact on this team. 43 points at a decent lick percentage-wise, and they lead it by 12. Here are those numbers. 31 and 58% respectively. Denmark with only 18% from the three-point line. Have got to the free throw line 15 times. Denmark doing a nice job apart from turning the ball over 11 times. So field goal percentage and the turnovers are just creating too much of a problem that three-point percentage will not keep them in the game. Jensen has 9, as does Klusman. Mulgaard with 5, but Reed with 14. Mokveladze at 9 and Shengelia with 9. There's some offensive talent on that Georgia roster. Let's take a look at the best plays of the second quarter. This guy doesn't miss threes. Mokveladze hasn't missed a 3 in these 2 ties so far. 4 from 4 in the first game between the two countries. And he's 2 for 2 on today's game. Reed from the three-point line, his quickness gets into the hoop. Shengelia at both ends of the floor. Offensively is always a factor. Defensively is a presence. If you coach Foss, though, you've got to like the way your team is trying to deal with this game. Outgunned, obviously, at the offensive end, but they're moving the ball well. Just got to be a little bit more physical on the glass, and they're in good shape. We're going to take a break. Join us shortly for the second half to see if Denmark can get back in this.
We are in for a showdown here tonight. Let's get this body size. Oh my goodness sakes, that's a throwdown. Goes in for the dunk. Good night. Too big, too strong, and just too good. Bogdanovic, who goes in and scores. Ah! This is what it's all about. It's all one big basketball family, folks. Oh, he makes it in. He is a magician. Winning time. Both teams over the limit. You have got to be kidding me! So another player based in northern Portugal, in Porto. Russell! Oh my, look at that for a three-pointer. We talk about the dangerous shooters from outside for Romania. He passes back outside, the three-pointer from the Janovic! And it's a three-point game right at the end of the quarter. Wow!
Again, throws it up, already makes it. That is unbelievable from Yamada. And it'll be a chance for a 4-point play How good was this?
4.5 minutes it took him to get that first bucket. Oh, and the rejection. For Turkey, Cedi Osman, tough take and foul. Goodness me. And that's why he played in the league.
Take inside, throw it down, big man. Lazic saw an open hole and took it.
Francisco gets it, decides to shoot it. Oh, are you kidding me? Sylvan Francisco with the dagger.
Well, get it rejected. To Bellis, said not in your house. And oh my goodness, both ends of the floor. His name is Azuolas Tubelis. What a play. Atsi Prashal, excuse me.
The score is wrong on the board. It's an 82-81. Lloyd steps back for the game. Oh, Jordan Lloyd for the win. Silence in the arena. Jordan Lloyd has broken the hearts of this Latvian crowd. Steps back, releases. It's clearly good. Jordan Lloyd has a 37-point game, but the last three are the most important three.
Got to get it inbound. Fredriksson goes behind the back, goes up for it. Ah, baby! Good night, Iceland! Elva, MVP Fredriksson has done it. Down 21, but together, collectively, they found a way, and they came back and won it. How many times are we going to see this? Baseline, are you kidding me?
Papa Nicolau says, give it to me.
I'll go tax to close out. Bruno inside.
Fills it up.
Well, welcome back to Tbilisi. We're at halftime still as the home country have a lead at the half. And let's take a look at the leading scorers. Tobias Jensen, 9 points personal. The all forward really is impressive. Well, people knew he was impressive coming into national team basketball. He's having a really nice season in Germany, but stays with plays, strokes the three really nicely. And he's a real shining light on this Denmark national team. Nine points personal, chipping in with a couple of assists, putting in a shift minutes-wise, over 16 minutes in that first period. For Georgia, well, I think this is a really nice addition for the Georgian national team. Marquez Reed, 14 points on 5 from 7 and 1 from 4 from 2 and 3 respectively. Looks like he's a nice fit with the roster. The crowd are already warming to him. Quickness is an attribute that's obvious for everyone to see. And just has that touch. Can elevate in the lane. So it'll be interesting to see how Georgia and Reed develop. But at the moment, all things look positive. So both teams back out on the floor. Obviously 43 points, too many for Denmark to give up. Got to find a way of trying to slow that scoring. It really is. Apart from the turnovers, where they've turned it over 11 times, field goal percentages are just not the same level. There's the scorers though, Henson, Klusman and Molgaard. 9, 9 and 5. Just got to pick that field goal percentage up. Tobias Henson, 3 from 6 from the 2-point range, and he'll be disappointed with just making the 1-3 because he's had some open looks that he hasn't managed to complete. Going the other way, Georgia, Reed has 14, and it's an impressive 14. Merkviladze with 9 points, still yet to miss a 3 against Denmark. That's 6 from 6 at the moment across these two ties. Şengeli with 9. And I think always the issue for Georgia, cannot play without Şengeli. He is just that good a player. Got to find a way to take a little bit of pressure off him and try to look for others at times to create for each other. Got a lot of shooters on this team, and if they share the ball and share the ball quickly, they're going to create a lot of separation on the perimeter. And with this team, that normally means a good 3-point percentage. You know, looking ahead, obviously they've still got to win this one, but they're going to have to get a victory. And they'd like to get 2 in the last window where they will play Ukraine and Spain. They need 1 victory out of that to enhance their chances of progressing to the World Cup in Qatar. Just to remind you, at the end of this first group stage, the top 3 teams in Europe will progress to the second round. But they will carry the scores against the teams that they've played against into that second round. So while Georgia may qualify with just 2 wins over Denmark, that's really going to make qualification for the World Cup tough, because they would have no wins at the beginning of the second round. Now, beating Spain in the competition window at the end of the season is going to be tough. Beating Ukraine is going to be tough, but that's got to be the aspiration. Obviously, got to take care of business here first. Points on 5 from 7 from 2, 1 from 4 from 3, the 5 from 7 from 2. He breaks down the defense, great quickness. Had a great college career at Clemson, then has played across France, Ukraine, Italy, Turkey, played in some great leagues, great teams, and now has become a member of this Georgian national team. Well, I've had a lot of continuity with Alexander Vikic at the helm over the last couple of campaigns. If you want to find out what's going on in the World Cup qualifiers across the world, download the app. There's the QR code. Get it from your normal source. But if you want anything, stats, highlights, get it from your normal source to download it. All the information about these qualifiers and the World Cup qualifying windows to come. On the way then at the start of this third quarter. Nice pass. Reed just thread the eye of a needle at speed. Just put it on the money, but they blow the two-footer. Jensen, Knudsen, Jukic, Heed Andersen, and Alex Swoop in the game for Denmark. Knudsen with the three is good. Good rhythm, good release, good execution. And Knudsen strokes the three, gets it into single digits, first possession up. Great start by Denmark. Reed backs it out a little, 6 on the possession, drops it on the baseline. Again, they come up short. With 0.6 on the possession, they're going to have to just catch and let it go. Shengelia once leans back, puts up the three. Oh my word! When you need something and you're on the Georgian national team, just give it to Tony Shengelia. Alex Strapp for three is long. And what could have been a super start, perfect start. L1. Why, in the matter of seconds, Reed and Shengelia have just taken all the momentum out of the start by Denmark. Watch this. Leans back. A little bit Nowitzki-like, or even Larry Bird-like. Gets the three, gets the long two to drop. And then then they come straight back down, and Reed gets fouled in transition. And he's on the free throw line shooting the extra. And what could have been a 7 or an 8 point game has all of a sudden opened out to a 14-point game. Janssen moves it on, extra pass. Attack the long closeout with the need of a pass. Knudsen kicks it, the open three is off. Defensive rebound pulled in by Ladze. Shengelia going baseline. Turns it over. They ran out of options. Knudsen. Heed Andersen moves it on. Alex Strapp for three. Off again. Great work on the glass to keep it alive by Juric. Heed Andersen kicks it. Jensen is off for three. They've had great looks. They just haven't knocked down open looks. Reed lobs it. Shengelia in the lane is fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. That's a little easy. There's the foul. Tony Shengelia on the free throw line. Said 73% across his whole career. Always has made himself available with his national team. Always leaves his heart and soul out there, and the crowd just recognize it and love it. Opens it out to a 16-point lead. Jensen turns it over, gets it back. Alex Strapp gets it back to Jensen. 7 on the possession. Jensen, quick release in the corner is no good. That's an offensive foul. Alex Strapp with the push. Alex Strapp is just having one of those games. He's so important to this Denmark lineup. And he missed those 2 early close 2-foot shots, and he's been struggling to make things happen for himself. He's not quitting, still trying to come up with things to help the group, but it's just been one of those days at the office for him so far. Shengelia outside the 3-point line. Reed comes, takes the handoff. Gets a little separation, thinks about the 3, drops it inside. Shengelia spins baseline, goes up. There's a whistle on the play. Shengelia wanted to foul, but I don't think he got it. I think the foul is on the glass. Joji Terdzeradze just outworked everybody. Reed comes back to relieve the pressure. Pulls the trigger from the 3-point line, is no good. Defensive rebound is pulled in. Back cut, Alex Strapp again turns down the opportunity to get to the ring. It goes out of bounds. Alex Strapp, get some confidence, get a shot, see the ball go through the ring. And you know that will really improve the way he's thinking about the game at the moment. Shengelia, Reed on a curl, stops, pops, just fills it up on the square up. Great little cut. Gets that foot down, squares up, nothing but string. And Marquez Reed just continues to add to his personal tally, goes to 19 personal. Timeout Denmark. I don't think they've done that badly. As we take a listen to Coach Foss, they just have missed shots. They've got open looks and just missed them. Let's take a listen to Coach. Well, they've only scored the 3 points in this second half so far, and they've had a lot of really good looks. They've moved the ball pretty well, create open looks, and just have not been able to knock down shots. They're already in the penalty. What could have gone wrong has gone wrong. They're down 18 with the basketball. Turnover, Reed just read it. On the runway for Reed to throw it down. Gets the green light from air traffic control and throws it down. Shengelia with another turnover. If there was a wagon out here, the wheels are coming off. Just about hold on. Denmark are too good a team with too much potential to have a bad one here. Shengelia gets a piece. Reed will push it, goes long to Shengelia. He holds on, tries to create an angle, and he's fouled on the floor. And there's the foul before Shengelia went up. But immaterial because Denmark are in the penalty already. Shengelia makes the first. 14 points personal, 6 from 7 from the free throw line. The extra pass to the corner. Kuzman puts it on the floor, gets to the lane, little floater. Big rebound by Terzeladze. And Reed would advance the ball. Pass, Shengelia with 2. It's a 24-point game and getting bigger. Whistle on the play. That's the first foul on Georgia in the second half. Henson backs it out, wants the ball screen, tries to get in the separation, moves it on. Kuzman steps back for the 3, knocks it down. That's the first points in a very, very long time. Make the first 3 of the half. Now it's pretty much 6 minutes later. Kuzman gets another 3 to drop. Reed steps in, off the glass, gets the drop. You gotta love the way Reed is warming to this national team. Kuzman can't get it to drop. Whistle on the play. Christensen picks up the personal, or draws the personal, sorry. Gets position, rebounds it, there's the foul. But Kuzman really has enhanced his own reputation here. Really putting in a decent shift. Here's Reed, who looks to turn the corner. Stops under the foul line for 2 is good. It's a bit deja vu here for Denmark. They gave up the 65 points in the second and third quarters on game day 3. Already at 20 plus in this third quarter. Way off with the 3. Knudsen will inbound the ball as Georgi Orkidzadze checks in. Orkidzadze started, the 21-year-old point guard. He's only played, well, just over 9 minutes at the moment. Ensign drops the three. Well, the lid's off the basket. That's the first thing. He's got a great stroke. Okikadze moves it on. Spots up, turns down the three, moves it back. Not going to pass up a second open three. Shinsadze just eyes on the prize, knocks down the three. Just over 2 minutes to go, turnover. Okikadze will advance the basketball. Puts it on the floor, gets to the foul line. Well, you've got to love Alexandra Okikadze still to miss a three in this tie. I think it's 7 from 7 across the 2 games. Okikadze puts it on the floor, kicks the open three. It's exactly what we were talking about. If you give this team space on the perimeter, you cannot help one pass away because it's a drill. Just a simple straight pass, the catch, the release. It's a shot that people have taken thousands of times. Just helping from one pass away. The help's got to come from somewhere else. Well, everybody's relaxed right now. Okikadze joins the party of the points. Gets his 4th point on the night. And Klusman is fouled. Henson tries to get separation, steps back for the three again. That stroke, great high release. But having not scored for literally 6 minutes, knocked down 13 points in about 4 minutes. Ball goes out of bounds. Georgia will have 2.2 seconds. And without Shengelia on the floor this time. Gets the three away, way off. And that will do it for the 3rd quarter. A 30-point 3rd quarter for Georgia. It's a bit deja vu. They hammered home the advantage they had in game day 3 in that 3rd quarter. Scored 65 points in quarters 2 and 3 on game day 3. They've just repeated another 30-point quarter to make it a 73-49 scoreline. 63 and 36%. Denmark's percentages, 32 from 2 is a worry. Their 3-point percentage creeping up there, but they had a scoring drought of approximately 5 minutes in that 3rd quarter. That's how they started the 3rd quarter. Goodson got the open three. And if you remember, Shengelia had the 0.6 of a second after that. And from that moment on, the game just got away from them. Well, Reed, 192, the guard had some serious hops to throw that one down. And then we miss 5 minutes of the third quarter in terms of Denmark scoring. And then all of a sudden, it begins to flow again. But damage is done. And they are 24 points down at the end of the third. There's the Courtside 1891 app. Download the app or sign on the website and catch all the live streams, all the highlights, all the scores from FIBA basketball around the world. Shengelia checks back in. Tobias Jensen matches his game day 3 score, has 15 on this evening's game. Had 15. On game day 3. Start of the fourth quarter then. Denmark with the basketball. Knudsen moves it on. Henson tries to get a little separation. In the lane and kick. Knudsen for the 3 is short. They hunt it down. Anderson doesn't get the tough 2, the lean away, fall away 2 to drop. Andrew Nikasvili gets it into the half court. Shengelia on the foul line. Works his way to the ring for 2. Own time, own space. Just gets what he wants. Knudsen moves it on. Great pass, easy 2. Christensen, nice cut. Defense went to sleep. Christensen gets an easy 2. Well, they say went into the back court. Denmark will handle it on the sideline. Heat Anderson will inbound. Jensen clears. Anderson needs a pass, moves it on. Henson, catch and release is off. That'll stay with Denmark with a new 14. Mukveladze is a real asset for this team. He's still only 23 years old. Shoots the 3 ball sweetly. Knudsen attacks it. Nice cut. Anderson turns it around, gets his feet set, turns down, shoots the 3 now. Denmark swarming on the glass. Jensen is short with the 3. Reed has it, looks long. Super pass, super catch. There wasn't a lot of space to throw the pass to. Did a great job. Super catch, super finish. And the throwdown on the baseline is good for Molgaard. Molgaard's only played 16 minutes so far for his 7 points. Really done a nice job. Shengelia lines up the 3, and why not? Goes to 24 personal. Jinsaradze checks in. One of the 4 guys on this roster on the wrong side of 30. And then they go all the way down to the 17-year-old. And I'd be disappointed if we don't see Katsiavili as this fourth quarter progresses. Ball will stay with Denmark. Klusman will inbound the basketball. Just about beats the 5 count. Looks at his options. Steps back for the 3. Is long. Offensive rebound. Christensen is going to be charged with the push on the glass. There. Reed hesitates, takes a look at his options, turns it over, got too deep in traffic. Christensen just about hangs on. Pedersen and Klusman combined. Pedersen back to the hoop, fills the double team, needs a pass. Far side of the ring for 2 is no good. Sengalia cleans up the mess and he pushes. And they take one for the team in the half court. Henson just takes the foul. Third foul on Henson. Reed releases the pressure, takes the ball screen. I'd be giving it to the 100% free throw shooter off that pick and pop. Gets to the hoop for 2 though. And his quickness has just been unstoppable throughout this whole game. Henson slips, gets out of bounds off the defender, so Denmark will still retain it. Well, the Danes go to their youngster, Gustav Eriksson, still only 17. One of their youngsters, they have a number on this bench. Klusman is the release out of bounds, puts it on the floor. Pedersen doesn't get the drop, made hard work of something that looked pretty straightforward, misses the layup. Shengelia advances it. Comes off the feet of Pedersen. So that's it. Looks like he's checking in. Timeout. Georgia will want to talk about it. Well, 12 points from turnovers, 9 fast break points, and 9 second chance points. They've actually shot really good percentages. There's not going to be a lot of second chance points for Georgia on today's game. 12 points off of 16 Danish turnovers. Well, we said at the half, it's been a very professional performance. And they'll want to finish this playing the way they feel they should be playing. Prabadze checks in. Did get 30 seconds in the first half. Okikadze will inbound. Shengelia moves it on. Reed takes the ball screen, looks at his options. Shengelia on the pick and pop for the three. That's back-to-backs on the pick and pop action. Super finish off the glass by Klusman. Just that lean and gets an angle. Oh, that Shengelia has to lean to protect the basketball. Does a really nice job. Pradze handles it to Reed. Reed gets it back, thinks about the three, turns the corner in the lane for two. Shengelia is just too big, too strong, too everything. Reed is just too quick. Just cannot contain him. Eric Song. Wow. I'm only 17, but I'm still going to play. Navarolos, youngster, gets the two. Shengelia lines up another three. That one's off. Klusman with a defensive rebound. Last 4 minutes. Klusman attacks it, mishandles it, goes out of bounds. Reed will check out. That'll probably be it for him. Shenedze checks in. Whistle on the play. Prevadze ripped and went. Yeah, the youngster just got thumb for foot speed. Gadzi recovers it. Shenedze is long with a three. Defensive rebound pulled in. Chance for Denmark to run. It's that man again. Super penetration by Klusman. Klusman 17 points personal. Only played 19 minutes, Klusman. That's productivity. Mukveladze picks up. Foul. And Katsiavili, the 17-year-old point guard, currently in Spain at Baskonia. That's a well-trodden path for Georgian players. Shengelia had some absolutely marvelous years with Baskonia. Now the youngster, Katsiavili, both in that club and on the floor with the national team at 17 years old. Boyagbo will check back in for Denmark. Well, anyone watching this, where we're talking about younger players getting floor time in these World Cup qualifiers, you're getting a great look at some players that you're probably going to see for a number of World Cup qualifying cycles. Turnover, chance to run the other way. Behind the back, and they love him. Mate Katsiavili gets it in transition, takes it behind the back, draws the foul. see the reaction from the crowd. One of their own, so to speak. Spins in the lane for two. Crowd love it. They can say they were there when they saw him do that. Gets his first 2 points. The three is no good. Running the game right now. Turnover. Should be the easy two for Heed Anderson. Great work on the offensive guard. Pavadze can't get it to drop though. Denmark in the last 2 minutes. The three is no good. The ball goes out of bounds off the defense, and Uagbo just had the look, got to knock it down. Well, just to get even younger, August Mola checks in, and he's only 16. He has it out top. Far side of the ring for two is going nowhere. Tries to protect it, but Ziani not having any of this. Gachiavili in the lane, doesn't get it to drop. Great work on the glass. They can't get the putback to drop. We've got a whistle. And Bayagbo. Draws the foul. So Denmark at the moment go a 16-year-old, 17-year-old, and a 19-year-old. Mercoladze picks up the personal. Agbo tries to hit the opposite corner as Jokic dropped to the corner. Just the defense dropped to the line and the ball gets the deflection. Ziani knocks it out of bounds. Just over 1:20 remain. 30-point game. All about that third quarter again. Mula way off for three. Turnover. Uagbo gets the positive stat. Eriksson moves it on. And turned over straight back the other way by Juric. Work on the glass. Pavadze goes up with the three, is no good. And Anderson, Heed Anderson, will track it down. That'll be a new 14. Referee's just putting a little bit of time back on the clock as it ran down. And Anderson, Heed Anderson will inbound the basketball. Mubao gets it back. Is foul. Georgia had a foul to give. Well, Bayo, they'll have it on the sideline with 11 seconds remaining. Well, needs a pass here, and this is going to go up himself. Is fouled, which means he will go to the foul line. Well, it's approaching. Where am I? It's approaching 11 o'clock here in Tbilisi. So a late night out for the fans. A fun night out for the fans because they've got the win. Sets them up for the last two games of this first round qualifier. And they've just been professional all the way through. Minute 1, all the way through to minute 40. Big task for Denmark coming in. Their youngsters got some floor time. But Georgia get the 89-60 win over Denmark here in Tbilisi. Statistically, 62 and 36% from the floor. Denmark woes are all about field goal percentages, 39 and under 30% from the 2 and the 3. They reduced the turnovers in the second half. Lots to like for the future of Danish basketball. Klusman had a nice game. Jensen's as good as he always is. But Reed with 29, Shengelia with 27. Mukviladze with 12 points, still hasn't missed a 3 in the last 2 games. So a job well done by Georgia. A successful window for them. And they've also got a very bright young player in Katsiavili. Good crowd in the arena here in Tbilisi. Loved seeing the youngster play. And they'll be back in the summer for the last 2 games of the first round. So Georgia leaving the floor will feel very content. Learned a lot about themselves in this window and set themselves up to try and qualify. Let's have a look at the best plays of the fourth quarter. And if you need an indication of how Tonike Shengelia loves playing national team basketball, his team is up 30 and he wants to be out there. Him and Reed played a lot of minutes in that fourth quarter together, which is good for the whole of the team. So Georgia, Shengelia found some 3-point range. Went back-to-back 3s in that fourth quarter. Klusman was the man for Denmark. Not just in his points, just in everything he did. And there's the first 2 points that I've had the chance to see for the youngster, Gustav Alexson. So with the majority of their experienced players missing, Denmark put out a decent performance, get a lot of time into younger players, and that's a great workout for them, even though they won't enjoy the loss. Take a look at the standings and how that game affects them. And Spain still sitting there 3-0. They play Ukraine later at 8:30 local time. In fact, imminently. In fact, are they playing right now? Half an hour's time or so, Spain will play Ukraine. Georgia get the win over Denmark. Georgia go to 2-2 in the group. A successful window for them and sets them up. They need a win over Ukraine or Spain to give themselves a realistic chance of getting to Qatar. But for now, they'll enjoy the moment, enjoy the win, and celebrate a successful window. We'll leave you some pictures here. It's been a great performance by Georgia at home. Another success in this window. They go 2-0 in window 2. But for now, from Tbilisi, from me, Mark Clark, it's good night.